Hi everyone, welcome to Module 1, Lesson 1, Python Programming. Many of you might have the question of what is programming? Well, in short, programming is you giving a computer instructions and then the computer will execute those instructions. So if you want the computer to do calculations for you, you would write some code and the computer will execute those commands and give you a result with for whatever mathematical calculation you wanted. That's just mathematical. We can do other things with computer programs where we can give the computer an instruction to say, can you detect if there's a person in this image? And then the computer will say yes or no, true or false. Yes, there's a person in this image. No, there's no person in this image. So in short, programming is telling a computer what to do, and then the computer will do that. Now, we are going to use Python as our computer language that we're going to use to give the computer an instruction. And why we use compilers or languages is for the simple reason that a computer in its bare form, when it's down to the bits and the bytes, uses ones and zeros to do their calculations, to do their task execution. Now, for us as humans to write ones and zeros to give the computer instructions is going to be very difficult. Years and years and years ago, and from when the first computer was designed and developed, they used binary cards that had ones and zeros on them to configure or to give the computer an instruction to execute certain tasks. Those were actually hard cards, you know, like a postcard type thing that had the ones and the zeros on there, squares that was colored in, not colored in, depending on which system you used. And then that was slotted into a slot for a computer, and then the computer would do the executions of that. Now, just imagine that solution for you to run Microsoft Windows or on your OS X in application there. You would have a stack of cards and that would need to be entered in and put into your computer and removed, put in and removed. So what do we use today? Today we use languages like Python, C++, C#, Visual Basic, JavaScript, and so on to do these things for us. To take the language that we write in English normally, it takes the language, converts it to computer language, and then the computer will execute those tasks. As explained just now, the top does not make sense to us, but the bottom one, print hello world, that's actually a Python statement that will print the words hello world to your console. We'll get to that later. Python is the interpreter, the language between our script or program and the computer language. Python will execute our code that we've written in a script, in a file. The text is readable in human format, meaning it's English words that we write there. Python will go line by line through that script and convert it to computer language and execute the instructions that we give it. The computer then understands from our language, our English normal scripted language that we have from the Python interpreter, and then execute the commands for us. Programming is a logical way of thinking and problem solving. Why do I say that? Computers are logical. It's a 1 or a 0, logics. And problem solving in the sense of we have a problem, we have a issue, we want to be able to do something. What is the solution to that something? We want to execute a script, we want to execute a command, we want to run something 500 times every day, but we don't want to sit at our keyboard and do that same mundane task over and over and over again. We would like the computer to do that for us, but at 500 or at 100 or at 5 times, it must stop that and wait for the next day. That's the problem that we have, and we have to solve it, or we can solve it with programming.